What's up, everybody? You already know who it is. It's DripGodDero, and I'm back at you guys with another banger. So, first and foremost, before we start this video, I just want to tell you guys thank you for all the support when it comes to the channel. Y'all been going crazy when it comes to the views, man. And I appreciate it so much. But y'all already know it's the weekend, and with it being the weekend, that does mean we do have another episode of the NBA Weekly Recap. Now, if you don't know what the NBA Weekly Recap is it's pretty much a recap of all the things that's been going on in the NBA that I wasn't able to make a video for. So, without further ado, let's get into episode 20 of the NBA Weekly Recap. Alright, so to start off, I want to talk about the NBA in-season tournament. Now, based on what I've seen in these first 2 to 3 days of the NBA in-season tournament, it looks like it doesn't necessarily affect, the playoffs or teams too much. It seems like, for the most part, just from what I've seen, the only thing to really be excited about is just the new courts and the new, gear that the players are wearing. But besides that, it looks like it does affect the players and the coaches financially as well. So y'all see the title and let's read into it. NBA coaches to receive in-season tournament prize payouts. So let's read into this, and then I'll give my thoughts on what I feel like would definitely help the in-season tournament, because like I said before, in my honest opinion, it doesn't seem like the stakes are too high, and you want the stakes to be somewhat high if you want the in-season tournament format to succeed. Because just in my opinion, there is not much to be excited about if you're a fan. Like, it's just another regular season game with a couple of sparkles and glitter added to it. Other than that, it doesn't really, change anything for the players if they win or lose the game for the most part, besides money, as we can see. But let's read into it. Players won't be the only ones benefiting financially from the new NBA in-season tournament. Head coaches will have a financial prize pool that will pay them based on how far their teams advance in the new tournament, per ESPN's Adrian Wojnarowski. The head coach of the winning team will reportedly receive $500,000 in winnings. The runner-up will earn $200,000. Semi-finalists will make $100,000, and quarterfinalists will take home $50,000. That structure mimics the one for the players who will compete for their share of an $18 million prize pool. So, y'all heard it right there. And like I said, it's cool, Of course, you want the players and the coaches to make more money. That's fine and dandy. But as a fan, what are we gaining out of this? Nothing at all. The only thing we're really gaining is just, some cool new courts. That's cool. That's flashy. And some cool new jerseys. That's cool. That's flashy as well. But besides that, there's not really too many stakes in it for teams specifically, for fans specifically. So with that being said, I wanted to just give my opinion on what I would change in the NBA in-season tournament to make it better and make it more entertaining and more investful for the fans. So with that being said, my thoughts is this. What I think the in-season tournament should do is, I believe that the winner, not the quarterfinalists, not the semifinalists, not the runner-up, the actual winning team, I believe that they should have the option to choose what seed they are in the playoffs. Now, if that team doesn't make it to the playoffs, then all they getting is the money, like this article says. But if that team actually does make it to the playoffs, I believe they should be able to choose what seed they are. Now, when it comes to choosing a seed, it won't be like they will swap seeds with a team. So for example, if they're the 8th seed, it's not like they will swap with the number 1 seed and vice versa. What they would do is that, let's say a team, the Pacers, they want to be the number 1 seed. They would become the number 1 seed, and that number 1 seed that was previously there, let's say it's the Celtics, they would just move down to the 2nd seed. And the reason I feel like this will be a good format is because it would allow teams to have strategic advantages when it comes to their matchups. So for example, let's say that you're the number 1 seed and the team you want to face is the number 8 seed. If that number 8 seed has a lot of injuries, then if you are in the play-in tournament and you win, well, not play-in tournament, but if you're in the in-season tournament and you win that opportunity to choose which seed you want to be, you would be able to pick that number 1 seed and take advantage of playing that number 8 seed that has plenty of injuries. So that's what I think that the in-season tournament new rules should be, and that's just my opinion. But without further ado, let's just move on to our next topics. So for the next topic, I do want to talk about Jason Tatum. It looks like Jason Tatum has made history. So let's switch over and let's get into it, man. So y'all see the title, man. Jason Tatum becomes the 10th youngest player to score 10,000 points. So let's read into it a little bit, and shout out to Jason Tatum, man. Shout out to Jason Tatum. Let me zoom in a little bit for you guys. And it starts off with Boston Celtics forward Jason. It looks like they did a typo, but anyways, Boston Celtics forward Jason Tatum reached an impressive NBA milestone Saturday night, and he is one of the youngest players to ever do it. Tatum needed 16 points against the Brooklyn Nets to hit 10,000 points for his career. He hit that mark in the second quarter with a sweet move for a layup plus a foul. Now, let's continue scrolling down, man. Tatum is the 10th youngest player in NBA history and youngest Celtics player ever to reach 10,000 career points. So, shout out to Jason Tatum, and man, what a player, man. What a player to be the 10th youngest in NBA history to reach 10,000 points. And that just goes to show how important it is when it comes to making it to the playoffs and making deep runs into the playoffs. And that's one thing that Jason Tatum and the Celtics in general have been doing since he got drafted to that team. So shout out to Jason Tatum, and let's move on to our next topic. So for our next topic, we got to talk about Wendell Carter Jr. Now, y'all see the title, man. It looks like Wendell Carter Jr. has a left hand injury and it requires surgery. He will be out for 3 weeks. So let's read into it. The Magic center injured in the final seconds of Thursday's win over the Jazz. Fractured the third metacarpal in his left hand. So let's read into it a little bit more. The Magic have been dealt an early blow to the lineup as Orlando determined starting center Wendell Carter Jr. will undergo surgery to repair a fractured third metacarpal in his left hand. Carter Jr., who was injured in the final seconds of Thursday's win over the Jazz, is expected to be reevaluated in approximately 3 weeks with his status updated as appropriate. So, man, that's tough. And I was actually watching this game. It just sucks that he did end up getting injured literally in the final seconds of the game. But Orlando, they still decent, and they got that dub on the Lakers, so I could see them still being pretty decent. But it is just unfortunate that Wendell Carter Jr. did get injured in those final seconds. But like this article said, we should have an update in 3 weeks. I'm not expecting him to be back in those 3 weeks, but you never know. You never know. But with that being said, let's move on to our next topic. And that next topic is for Jamal Murray, man. And unfortunately, this is for another injury as well. Jamal Murray questionable to return Saturday. So let's read into it, man. Let's read into it. So it starts off with Murray is questionable to return Saturday against the Bulls due to a hamstring injury. Murray was probable before this game due to a quadriceps injury, and while it's not the same problem, it shows he's not 100% healthy. Reggie Jackson should see more minutes if Murray remains sidelined. So this is unfortunate, and me personally, I would advise that Jamal Murray takes as much time as possible, to rehab that hamstring injury. We've seen this injury with multiple star players, and when it comes to these hamstring injuries, they seem to be injuries that can lag and can just, continue to come back. We've seen it with Chris Paul. We've seen it with James Harden. So I would just advise the Denver Nuggets to, take as many precautions as possible and let him rest on that hamstring, man, because those hamstring injuries, they can bite you in the ass, man. They definitely can. But the Denver Nuggets, they should be okay, man. They should be okay without Jamal Murray. I know he is a pivotal piece in the start of this team, but the Denver Nuggets, they are a great team, and they should be okay. They definitely should be okay. With that, let's move on to our next topic. And our next topic is on the Nike NBA City Edition jersey. So I just want to show you guys these jerseys, and in the comments down below, y'all tell me which jersey is your favorite. I will zoom in on this a little bit so that y'all can see it a little bit better. And just in my opinion, before I give my opinion, I'll scroll through it so you guys can see the jerseys. Alright, there go the bottom row right there. There go the middle row right there. And there go the top row. Now, in my opinion, the best jersey is, I might say that Utah jersey, man. I like that Utah jersey. That jersey kinda fire to me. What else? What other jersey is fire? Let's see. I mean, the Nets jersey, alright. This Denver jersey, cool too. Yeah, the Denver jersey, cool too. Minnesota's alright. But yeah, man, y'all tell me in the comments down below which jersey y'all feel like is the best City Edition jersey. And without further ado, let's get to our final topic for this video. And that final topic is on an NBA legend that unfortunately passed away. So let's scroll down and y'all see the title. Suns legend, 6-time All-Star Walter Davis dies at 69. So let's read into it, man. Let's read into it. Walter Davis, a 6-time NBA All-Star who had his number retired by the Phoenix Suns, has died. He was 69. Davis was a star in college for North Carolina, where he played for the late Dean Smith. It was North Carolina where Davis' nephew Hubert Davis is the Tar Heels basketball coach, which announced Walter Davis's death Thursday. So, man, that's unfortunate. Let's keep reading. The school's release said Walter Davis died Thursday morning of natural causes while visiting family in Charlotte, North Carolina. Walter Davis was drafted 5th overall by Phoenix in 1977 and became the NBA Rookie of the Year after averaging 24.2 points a game. He played 11 of his 16 pro seasons with the Suns, who retired his number 6 jersey. So this is unfortunate, but I'm just happy to see that his passing was of natural causes. It wasn't any sort of violence or illness, anything of that nature. And man, shout out to a Phoenix Suns legend, man. Shout out to a Phoenix Suns legend. I'm happy that in his life he was able to impact a lot of people's lives by him being a 6-time All-Star. I'm sure some are, the previous generation probably looked up to him, man, especially if you from Phoenix or if you from North Carolina, man. So, man, RIP to him. And without further ado, if you enjoyed this video, like the motherfucking video, comment on the motherfucking video, subscribe to the motherfucking channel, turn on notifications and all that good stuff. And I'm out. Peace.